All right, up next we have Capricorn rising and sun. This Libra lunar eclipse is happening in your 10th house, along with the south node there, while the sun is opposite the moon in your 4th house with the north node all in Aries. So, interesting message for you guys. With this being a lunar eclipse, often we are having to leave something behind or come more into a balance with something, especially when it comes to relationships. Though I don't think that's necessarily what this is about for you being in your 10th house. I think this is more about some kind of career move, a bigger life decision. Maybe I want to buy a house. Maybe I want to move to a new state. There's a sense of like, yeah, having a big shift in your life that can alter the trajectory of your entire life. It feels like this is a very destined moment for you. This is happening in those major angles in the chart, which does indicate that this is much more obvious, that this is something that has the potential to make a big ripple out and affect your 10, 20, 30-year trajectory in your life. And so I'm really getting the sense that one of the messages coming through with this Kairos card, with this eclipse being in the 10th house, is that this is the right time to make that change. If you want to leave behind that old house, leave behind that old job, if you want to leave behind that old relationship, if you want to move across the country, there's a sense of like, yes, do this now. If this is what you're feeling, do this now. I also pulled a joint card, which is also a card that talks about this being a good time, but more so about specifically if you've ever wanted to try something new or head in a new direction, the time is now. So both of these cards talk about timing and saying that the time is now, that you are in alignment with the timing now. I will say eclipses do take 6 months to unfold, so there is a potential for you to have more things happening over the next 6 months. It doesn't have to be like right now, right this second. But if you're feeling a call towards something, if you're like, I am in a dead end job, I don't see how I can continue to live in this place. I'm not enjoying my sense of community. I feel like I'm outgrowing this X, Y, and Z. That is an indication that you are feeling the need to stir something up, to have freedom, to have movement, to advance your life. And this eclipse is asking you to do just that. I really get the sense for a lot of you, this could be about moving or buying a house. There's something here where, again, I feel like you might be needing to change careers or your goals or kind of what you've been working towards in order to do this. It's not going to be the case for everybody, but I think there are going to be a significant amount of you or some of you that may want to move around this time or thinking about it around this time. Part of the reason I say that is because the sun and the north node are in your 4th house, which is all about where is my place of belonging? Where should I put down roots? What would feel like I'm finding my most, I guess, like authentic self while in a place of living? And that could also be like who you live with as well. It doesn't have to just be a home itself. It could be, do I have the right situation with these people? Is this the most comfortable for me or not? There's an adjustment here that can be made that again has a really big effect on your life in general. The ruler of this eclipse, Venus, is with Saturn in Pisces in your 3rd house. Again, I see this house very commonly activated in people who are moving or traveling. That doesn't have to be the case, but usually there's an energy around that. That's a potential there. Another way that this could come out is needing to make a big decision, a major life decision that, again, with Saturn here has consequences. It ripples out and affects our future. And we have to be mindful that like this is what we want in the long term and not just this is what I'm running from, or this is what I don't want, or there's a sense of like, I'm making this decision or making this plan because I can see that that's what I want to grow into. I can see myself being happy in that job or in that place for the next 10 years, 5 years. It's like the longevity aspect instead of the reactivity aspect is super, super important, especially when the sun is in Aries. We can be a little reactive, and we want to be reactive in the sense that we have an idea, and so we act on it with a plan. We don't sit and delay and, because the time is now. We're not hesitating or doubting ourselves. It's like we feel the confidence of, yes, this is what I'm pulled to do. Okay, I'm going to commit to this decision. Let's move forward with this. And then that's that. And it doesn't have to be like, yes, you want to plan, you want to be responsible, but it doesn't have to take so long. I actually think that once you make this decision, it's going to be super, super fast and things will align for you. That's another message I got, was this is an alignment for you, and it's going to bring you a lot more joy to make this decision. I also think that, kind of playing off of that, you get this joy because Venus and Saturn are making a sextile to Jupiter and Uranus in your 5th house. So I actually feel like once you decide to move in some direction, commit to some decision, have that maybe communication or share with your employer or something, you're leaving, it's like you're putting it out there basically. Once you're taking that step forward, I really see with this Jupiter and Uranus in the 5th house, it's going to open you up to this whole world of joy and possibilities and exciting new things and things that you get to explore within yourself. Or maybe you decide that you want to have children because you move somewhere and you make more money and that opens up for you. Or maybe you decide you want to like start some new kind of creative venture, creative path, because now you have those resources or the time or whatever as a result of making this change. Or maybe you move to a new house that inspires you and you paint the walls and you decorate. It's like there's a sense of you guys having more as a result of making this decision. It's like, okay, I'm decided to quit this job, move to this place, or even smaller decisions that could be little adjustments in our life that feel significant for us. And then it's like, once you do that, then other things come along with it that excite you, that help you explore more of your interests, and that I think add on to kind of the life path that you maybe imagined for yourself one day. So it gives me the sense of the time is now. I think many of you guys need to hear this. The time is now. Make that decision. Be flexible. Be ready to move forward. Look for the thing that feels like it's freedom and joy and excitement, and commit to that. Commit to making that a reality. So sometimes we have this like, let's say you wanted to go live abroad and there's a lot of logistics. There's a lot of responsibilities. There's paperwork, there's time, there's money. It's a lot of effort to like get that all into motion. But then once you're there, you experience that freedom, that excitement, that moving in a new direction. And so I kind of get the sense that there's that for you guys, where it's like you're trying to move towards the ultimate goal of something that's going to be more freedom giving or more exciting or more aligned with who you are, more spacious, more joyous. But it's like, in order to actually get to that, you're going to have to go through a little bit of the weeds. You're going to have to deal with the responsibilities or the practicalities of getting that all set up, of making sure that you're taken care of making sure you dot your I's, cross your T's, sign those contracts. It's like there's the logistic aspects of it that I think could be daunting. And I think ultimately, you know, when you're searching for freedom, you don't think about having to do more work that feels like it slows you down first. But given that Venus is with Saturn, I think that's kind of how this eclipse is. So some of you guys might need to set up the logistics in a way that supports you, but then you'll come out the other side at the end of the 6 months and you're going to be like, wow, now I'm set up for the future. Now I feel so spacious and so stimulated and excited by what's around me and this new commitment, this new path. And it'll be so worth that initial effort or that initial dullness that can come in from having to commit to this new idea or this new path. So that is what I'm seeing for you, Capricorn. I love to see how this lands for you. Even if it doesn't, I would still love to hear what is going on for you and how you interpret this eclipse for yourself. And if it does resonate, of course, share that too in the comments down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends, and have a beautiful day.